Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ted Baxter with the 6 o'clock news. Today's top story: the Green Bay Packers are shocked to their home stadium by the New York Giants. In other news, the Harbaugh brothers and their respective teams, the Baltimore Ravens and San Francisco 49ers, are finalists in their respective conferences, as are the New England Patriots. All this...
Oh wait, what's that, Mr. Producer? I'm not Ted Baxter. This isn't this fuck news. I'm playing a Let's Play of Pokemon Leafgreen. The trip down memory lane to 1998 via 2004. Oh, sorry about that, folks. Wrong roll. This is RC Fogarty, and we are playing Pokemon Leafgreen in the trip down memory lane via 2004. Today's episode, we are going up Route 3. Anywho, today we are going out Route 32. We just got through a couple of Pokemon battles, fought Rattata. I'm probably looking to catch Spearow at some points. However, what we want to do here, and this is purely optional. If you want to, go for it. If you don't want to, don't. I'm going to show it anyway. We meet our favorite jerk. Hey, Rosalind, you're out to the Pokemon League? Forget about it. Probably don't have any badges, do ya? The guard won't let you through without them. By the way, did your Pokemon get any stronger? Why, yes it did. Alright, here is Gary. He would like to battle. I'm sure he would. He sends that, he's going to send out a Pidgey. Okay, you know what, just for that, I'm going to get a Spearow. And why not? I've used both, and they're both pretty equal to me. But, like I said, I think just be different when we go to Spearow. And maybe I'll go for that trade for Farfetch'd. I don't know. Nah, Farfetch'd ain't that great. But, carrying forth, we get to fight a Squirtle. And I just use Scratch here. I think Squirtle learned Bubble. If I'm not mistaken, I have not played a Squirtle. I've not gotten Squirtle in this game in a long time, so I really don't remember. Anywho, as we're carrying on here. Okay, he's just using basic attacks. Okay, I think I'm going to win this battle pretty handily. Oh boy. And only took out 14 HP, and after getting 2 tail whips, and overall not a whole lot, I still beat him anyway. And voila, we're at level 12. Yeah. And we defeated Gary. And we didn't luck out, we're just better than you. Awesome. And the Pokemon League is crawling with tough trainers. I have to figure out how to get past them. You should quit dawdling. Oh, screw you. Anywho, we're going to see if we can catch ourselves a Spearow. And yeah, that's... I'm probably just going to cut out till then anyway. Alright, there we go. We've got a Spearow. Well, we met Spearow. Now, let's just not kill it, shall we? Alright! Almost thought I was going to kill it there for a second. Anywho, let's grab ourselves a Pokeball. And see if we can catch this thing. And essentially we need to shake 3 times and then click, and what do you know, we got it. Pretty easy considering it's at very low health. Pretty much the key to catching Pokemon is to get them to as low health as possible without essentially making them faint, or as I'm going to say from here on out, killing them. Because, well, I don't like using the term faint, and, well, I'm going to be saying die a lot apparently. Spearow, it is a tiny Pokemon. Tiny? It looks just like a tough bird, that's fine. These bugs has to flap its short wings at a high speed to stay airborne. Okay, understood. Do we want to give it a nickname to Spearow? Not now, because I really can't think of anything. Alright, so that's all we have for this round. Let's go back to Viridian, get ourselves healed up. And then we're going to go to Viridian, so then we're going to go back to the Viridian Woods. And we'll do a whole bunch of training, and I'll probably cut out most of it. Anywho. Simply put, I'm going to meet you guys back at Viridian Forest. How does that sound? Sounds good to me. Alright, thank you for waiting, everyone. Looks like we are back at the Viridian Forest. Pretty much the only thing I've done so far aside from healing is I just brought Spearow to the top of the lineup because I would do some training. Now, one thing I forgot to mention while we were here originally is that there's another Pokemon here that's actually not a bug type, who's actually pretty decent, and we might actually see it. No, we're not going to see it. In any event, it is Pikachu, the Electric Mouse. Essentially, pretty much the mascot of the whole franchise. Who am I kidding? I say Pikachu, you guys are gonna know who it is. At least you should if you know games at least somewhat well. In any event, yeah, Pikachu overall pretty good, pretty fast. One of the fastest in the series. One of some decent moves too. I definitely would recommend it if you're looking for a good electric type. Plus, it evolves into Raichu. Overall, I definitely recommend it, but I'm not going to catch one. Not looking at it on my team. And also, I got a different. I might catch one with Pikachu. Maybe not now, probably later. I'm not sure. So we'll just have to see what happens. Anywho, we're just training here. I would love to get repels. We're going to be able to get repels in the next town anyway. Once we beat. I think it's once we beat the. No, it's before we beat the gym. What am I thinking? Anywho, we're just training up Spearow here. Mostly I would like to actually see a Pikachu. Probably just going to cut out so I have Spearow raised up a little bit, and then we're just going to be starting fighting some trainers and such. See you guys in a moment or so. And also, one thing I forgot to mention is you go up to this tree and you can pick up an antidote. Something I actually didn't know until I actually watched somebody else's Let's Play about a year or so ago. Pretty useful. Anywho, I'll meet you guys in moments. Alright. I know that montage is over. So far I got... Now this thing pauses right for me. In any event, I got Spearow up to level 7 after some training. Overall pretty good. I'm actually going to bring Charmander back up to the forefront though. Mostly because I do want to get him to level 14 because there's a major gym battle coming up pretty much the second out of this woods. And I suppose here I'll introduce you to the concept of trainer battles. Pretty much the main difference between there are a few main differences between trainer battles and wild encounters. Pretty much first off, for trainer battles, you're not allowed to run away. Something you're really not allowed to do. It's, for all intents and purposes, you don't want to run away anyway, but for all intents and purposes, you're not going to be allowed to run. Second thing is you also get better experience from the Pokemon here, but just by virtue of them having a trainer. Not to mention, typically at least a little bit higher levels, and are at least halfway decent in terms of fighting. That's pretty much it. Now again, since these guys are all bug catchers and everything, they're all going to have bug Pokemon, and I have a fire type and a flying type for that matter, so this place is practically going to be a cakewalk. I'm probably just going to show the first few battles here. I'll probably cut out the rest of them. For trainer battles, I'm probably going to have mostly required battles, probably a few others as add-ons if I feel like it, if it's any kind of good. Really not a whole lot else to say on that one. Anywho. Oh, and I got poisoned. Good thing I picked up that antidote earlier. Let's just go ahead and... You know, I'm using Scratch. That's probably my first mistake, so I probably just should have used Ember anyway. Whoops. Shame on me. In any event, I'm actually going to go ahead and use that antidote. Luckily I have one. Haha. Alright, we got Charmander healed up. And I probably shouldn't be in the wilds here anyway. Okay, here's another trainer battle. I'm probably going to show maybe one or two more once everything's all said and done. I'm probably just going to cut most of this out though. And this guy's got 3 Pokemon, looks to be Weedles and Caterpies and such. Nothing spectacular. You already know bug types. Bug types are not that spectacular. They're just there. Decent, but there are better bug types out there. Not necessarily in this generation anyway. Oh, level 13 is when Charmander learns Metal Claw. Even better. Okay, I don't need to get it to level 14 if I don't want to. Okay, that's fine with me. Will we change Pokemon? Yes, I will. We're pretty much gonna have Spearow here from here on out. Get trained up, I don't know, at least level 10-ish is what I'm looking at. And what else can I say?
Oh, what a day, though, huh? I should say, what a past week. First up, you have the presidential primaries that are pretty important. You have the New Hampshire one. That was a runaway from long before the beginning. Romney was going to win that. And you guys catch the divisional playoff games last weekend. That sounded pretty interesting. Maybe one of them was actually... Yeah, two of them were actually somewhat interesting. Yeah, Patriots-Broncos. Sure, it's got a great match because you got Brady and the Patriots, and you also have Tebow and the Broncos, which is awesome. And that game was a total blowout. Broncos got destroyed. Oh, Lord. Knew it was coming sooner or later. Plus, I figured the Patriots would win anyway, so well. Then you also had Ravens-Texans. That was kind of interesting. A battle of two great defenses. And the Ravens won out, of course, and they're in the AFC Championship. That's pretty interesting. On the NFC side of things, Saints at the 49ers. That was probably the greatest game of the year, bar none. Oh, that was awesome. That was just awesome. And then you also had the Packers-Giants game that, as I myself a Packer fan, that was just, that was just terrible. We were pathetic. We sucked. So many drop passes.
Alright, let's go ahead and fight this Strick. I'm just going to cut him out quick. We'll talk more about everything here. Alright, sorry about that. More or less, like I said, I'm going to cut out a lot of these trainer battles.
Or at least that's the plan anyway, is to avoid all those, at least cut out all those trainer battles. I don't know if I'll do it or not in full. I'm planning on it, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I was saying, back to the discussion of football, especially with the championship games coming up. They are going to be, I would say, pretty interesting. You got the Ravens at Patriots, as I've already mentioned, and you also have the Giants at 49ers. Pretty much, yeah, and then you have all the possible Super Bowl matchups. Every single one of them looks at least pretty good. For instance, Giants-Patriots. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 42 4 years ago. That was one of the greatest Super Bowls ever played because it was the greatest upset. A 5-seed wild card team, 10-6, beating the perfect 18-0 team to essentially take away the perfect season. That was an amazing game in and of itself. Another matchup, you got Giants-Ravens. Another. It's not as classic as Giants-Patriots because that particular Super Bowl was not memorable. Yeah, Super Bowl 35. I think that was a defensive shutout by the Ravens. What was the score again? 34-7 or something like that? Yeah, 34-7, where the Giants' only score came on a kickoff return, if I'm not mistaken. I'd actually have to check out the films on that. But that would probably be interesting because the Giants actually have a better team than they did then. In my opinion, anyway. Ravens, well, they've always got a decent defensive team. Then the other matchups, you got the 49ers and Patriots. That's probably the least noticeable of matchups because it's never been done, at least in a Super Bowl anyway. The 49ers, they used to be good back in the 80s. Now they're good again. And the Patriots are the team of the past decade here, more or less. I think would look pretty good. I don't know about you, but that'd be a pretty interesting matchup. A great defense in the 49ers, average offense. You got the great defense at it. Excuse me. You got great defense. What am I saying? Great offense of the Patriots, led by Tom Brady. That would be amazing. That would be an interesting matchup, especially with the Giants. We'll see how the Patriots defense plays. So, but then the matchup that really piques my curiosity: Ravens 49ers. Essentially, you got the Harbaugh Bowl there. Ravens are coached by John Harbaugh, and the 49ers are coached by his younger brother Jim Harbaugh. And that would be a matchup for the ages. Oh Lord, that would probably, at the very least, if I'm a businessman, I'm thinking either this matchup or Giants Patriots. ratings. And ratings means advertising dollars. Advertising dollars means expand the business, profitability, all that sort of fun stuff. But we'll see what happens. If it were me, I'd like to either see Giants Patriots or 49ers Ravens. One of those two would be great. Would be a great matchup. I mean, that's just amazing. Anywho, let's get this Stitch down because some of the audio I can record here, which is awesome. Oh.
But enough on football, because I think that's actually taking more than the actual discussion. Plus, I don't feel like having to cut all this stuff out, because editing sucks. Anywho, you know what? I'm going to fight this turn. We're going to cut this out. I'll be right back. Did you know that Pokemon evolved? No, I didn't know they evolved. Really? Yeah, in case you didn't know, Pokemon evolved. Alright, now that battle's over, I got Spearow up to level 10. And we're pretty much going to continue here on another random encounter. I really cannot wait to get repelled so I don't have to go through these... So I don't have to go through any of these random encounters anymore, because that is just... It's just nuts. And in any event, this guy here is a required trainer battle. He has a tough Pokemon. I think it's a level 9 Weedle. And speaking of that, you know, level 9 Weedle, they evolve at level 7 into Kakuna. Why has it not evolved yet? Oh, and I can't even attack. I don't have any moves. Okay, we're gonna have to switch to Charmander for this. So fitting. Anywho. Yeah, I just use Charmander, just beat the hell out of it. And I'm gonna be poisoned. No, I'm not gonna be poisoned. Awesome. I'm just gonna use Ember and just get the hell out of here. Yeah, pretty much, as you can tell from my football spiel there, I love football. It is probably my biggest passion. It's my favorite thing, considering, again, I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Our culture is... It can be boiled down to two things. Football and booze. That's really all the culture can be derived down to. I myself don't drink, considering it's not my thing to do. And screw this, I'm just going to run from this one because, again, I don't feel like editing. And we are finally out of the forest. Have you noticed the skinny skis on this other side there? They can be cut down by special Pokemon move out here. Yes, good to know. Thank you for the information, good sir. Do you know the evolution cancel technique? When a Pokemon is evolving, you can stop the process. It's a technique for raising Pokemon the way they are. Not the thing I usually do. I do it with Spearow in order to learn a particular move because its evolved form cannot learn it. Which is probably the weirdest programming quirk I've ever seen, but oh well, I'll just take the ball and run with it. In this half route, to same Pokemon as before, I don't feel like having to go over them. Anywho, we finally made it to Pewter City, and again, perhaps I'm not going to talk about news or current events or just football as well while we're playing this game. I'm giving explanations of stuff because great way to fill time, and I'm not the best explainer of things, but I'm pretty halfway decent. You can actually see through my play, but that's about it. I'm just gonna save it off for the night. Yeah, probably next we're gonna, after we heal up, we're gonna go take care of the Pewter City Gym. So I will see you all next time, and you all have a good night, and let that be that. Or as certain newscasters say, good news and good night. Later, folks.